After Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Walz's incredible interview on CNN, and as Vice President Kamala Harris surges ahead, Donald Trump getting very desperate, unhinged email after unhinged email to his supporters who subscribe to his listserv. I subscribe so you don't have to. They're emails like this: Ben, please, exclamation point. Please tell me, Ben, that you want to meet me and JD Vance, especially since your meal, your airfare, and your hotel stay, it will be absolutely free. Ben, I have a feeling I know your answer, and this is your chance to make your dream vacation come true. Everything with this guy is a complete and utter scam. How about this one? Kamala is the biggest liar ever to run for president. That's Donald Trump's post. And then it goes, I know you've been a top supporter, Ben. For that, I truly love you. He's talking about I love you in these emails. And we've talked about this before. These are some of his cult tactics, trying to inspire fear, but then like a cult leader, be like, I love you. Do you love me? I mean, how pathetic can you get? And this is Donald Trump's email. Kamala's the biggest liar to ever run. Kamala's pre-taped interview with CNN can be summed up in 3 words: lies, lies, lies. Just pause there for a second. I think nobody lies as much as malignant narcissist Donald Trump. Lie after lie after lie. I'm going to go and read Donald Trump's email in a second, but why don't we just point this out for you for a second? Because Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign and the Democrats posted this right after Donald Trump's email. They wrote, "We won't fall for the gaslighting. This is who Trump really is." So take a look at what Donald Trump posted. He goes, "My administration will be great for women and their reproductive rights." Yes, Donald Trump, who's been found liable for sexual assault, who's on tape bragging about sexually assaulting women and say, when you're rich and famous, they let you do it. Donald Trump, who said Epstein is a great guy who likes women on the younger side, is saying that he will be great for women. How pathetic can you be? Here's the video that the Democrats had just put out. Play this clip.
I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of Roe v. Wade.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
I think that putting a wife to work is a very dangerous thing.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
When I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof, okay?
Do you support any restrictions on a person's right to contraception?
Well, we're looking at that, and I'm going to have a policy on that very shortly.
Pregnancy, it's a wonderful thing for the woman. It's a wonderful thing for the husband. It's certainly an inconvenience for a business.
I wanted to share that with you to show you Donald Trump lies about everything and then lies about lying. Here's what he says in that email. He goes, Vice President Kamala Harris, she wants to ban fracking, and she co-sponsored the Green New Scam. She did nothing while American families went bankrupt after inflation spiraled out of control. As border czar, she erased our border and allowed the worst people in the world to enter our country. Now she's trying to make you believe she's totally changed her mind. Kamala can't be trusted, but right now we're coming up on the most important fundraising deadline. So give us money, because Vice President Kamala Harris is raising millions and millions of dollars after her interview with Dana Bash on CNN. Can I just go through very quickly point after point of Donald Trump saying Vice President Kamala Harris wants to ban fracking, and she co-sponsored the Green New Scam. First off, again, he talks like a petulant toddler. No offense to petulant toddlers. There is more domestic oil drilling now than there has been in the history of the United States or any country in the world. That said, Vice President Kamala Harris and President Biden are also very focused on climate change and making sure that they can protect future generations from the scourge that is climate change and the devastation that that can cause, while Donald Trump claims that it's fake. Right now, America is energy independent for the first time. And right now, gas prices are down to like its lowest ever for like a Labor Day in recent history, at least, based on very significant policies by the Biden-Harris to strategically release oil from the strategic reserves when the OPEC Middle East oil cartel, they recently tried to engage in price gouging and turn the price of oil to over $100 per barrel. And what Biden and Harris did was strategically increase the supply, which lowered the demand, which lowered the cost. And then what they did is they repurchased the oil at a very low price and then made a profit on the delta between what they were purchasing it for and selling for, and then broke the OPEC cartel. So a very smart policy when it comes to oil trading, smarter than Trump ever did, more oil drilling right now than when Trump was in office, and a focus on climate change. And then you're saying sponsored the Green New Scam. There should be a focus on climate. It's not called a scam. Climate change is a real thing, although Donald Trump doesn't want to admit it. She did nothing while Americans went bankrupt after inflation. What's the root cause of inflation? You added $8 trillion to the deficit, and your financial plans for the future by any independent group that's analyzed it has said we'll add trillions and trillions more than Vice President Kamala Harris's plan, and it isn't even close. You recklessly printed money as part of your PPP plan with no safeguards and no controls, and mostly millionaires and billionaires reaped benefits from that. And then you gave tax cuts to billionaires that you could not pay for. That was inflationary, as well as your failed trade war and tariffs that you imposed in connection with it with China, which is inflationary as well. It's your policies that were inflationary. The Inflation Reduction Act has reduced inflation. America's inflation is less than any other major economy right now, like in the world, any other G7 nation, as a result of the Inflation Reduction Act. The Fed is about to reduce interest rates because inflation has been brought under control because of the Biden-Harris policies, but you're the arsonist who's blaming the fire department right here for putting out the fire. That's what's going on, and that's fairly unprecedented in our history. Then you talk about the border. You killed the bipartisan border deal. A Republican Senator, James Lankford from Oklahoma, negotiated and led the negotiations of a bipartisan border deal that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris were about to sign. You killed the bill and said you did it because you want chaos on the border, because that's a winning issue for your campaign. Those are your words. Senator James Lankford, the Republican from Oklahoma, said that's what happened. We have all of this on tape. And so now, again, you want to be the arsonist who attacks the fire department for trying to fix the problems that you create so you can run on problems in America versus solving those problems. I'm sorry if I took a little bit of time to fact check it, but I think that's important. So I'm sure you can tell with all of the videos I do, it's a pretty busy daily schedule I have. So I'm always dreading the what should we have for dinner question, and should it be takeout? What should it be? I want good, healthy food, and that's why I'm loving Home Chef. It's like the perfect thing for me. So Home Chef provides fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently delivered to your doorsteps to simplify your cooking experience. It's worked wonders for me. So whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients and easy instructions, I do. Speedy recipes less than 30 minutes to make, I do. Oven-ready kits with pre-chopped ingredients, I do. Or quick microwave meals that assemble in minutes, I do. Home Chef has you and the entire family covered, and it's really delicious, delicious stuff. So here's what I want you to do. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free desserts for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. You got to go to homechef.com/Meidas. That's homechef.com/Meidas for 18 free meals and free desserts for life. You heard that right. Homechef.com/Meidas. You must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. Then Donald Trump posts the following, or emails the following. JD Vance and I just signed this for you. There's only one of these in existence. Ben, will you wear this all gold MAGA hat that JD Vance and I signed for you, or will you display it proudly? This is an all gold MAGA hat. It's 100% made in America, and it's the only one in existence that we both signed. So show that you are a true Trump Republican. Notice that language too, that you're a true Trump Republican by entering to win this silly gold hat. I call it a silly gold hat. It's clearly a silly gold. It's not even real gold. It's gold, the gold color. What I like to say too is, you see the distinction Trump is making there? A Trump Republican, as I say, there are Trump Republicans, which is MAGA, and then there are classic Republicans who are voting for Vice President Kamala Harris, who are part of the pro-democracy community. Also, when you go on Donald Trump's social media platform, it's things like this: Comrade Kamala destroyed our border, comrade this, comrade that. Just take a look at some of these ads that are showing up when you look at Donald Trump's unhinged post after post. Like, they're selling on Donald Trump's site Fool Aid Kamala berry drinks. I mean, and just take a look at how they make Vice President Kamala Harris, like how they depict her there. Assassination edition whiskey glasses, ivermectin tablets. No wonder Trump media stock is crashing, in my opinion. I mean, look, it's down 52% over the past 6 months, whereas the Dow Jones is up about 50% since Donald Trump stopped disgracing the office. Finally, I want to show you this because, you know, I'm glad that some reporters are handling Donald Trump's posts the right way. You know, Donald Trump's made posts like this about Vice President Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, and it says, like, funny how blowjobs influence their career. I mean, that's what Donald Trump's saying. I mean, how disgusting. Calling for military tribunals for Barack Obama, former President Obama, making QAnon posts, which is a death cult, which says Donald Trump will perform public executions on Capitol Hill when the storm is coming. And you see the Q on his camera right hand, left hand, but you see the Q plus there. He did multiple QAnon memes. Well, at least this CNN reporter, he's been doing a good job. He asks JD Vance about this, and JD Vance says, this is funny. JD Vance says, I like that Donald Trump is doing this. I like that he's doing jokes like this. Play this clip.
Talking about Donald Trump's social media, would you describe his posts over the last 48 hours as lifting people up, quoting, reposting QAnon statements, reposting these misogynistic memes about Vice President Harris and Hillary Clinton? That's the kind of open discussion that you think is lifting people up?
Oh, John, I think if you look at Donald Trump's full campaign appearances and, yes, his social media appearances, what you see is two things: a guy with an agenda to lower prices and bring back American prosperity, and a political candidate who isn't stodgy, who likes to have some fun and likes to tell some jokes. I'd much rather have a candidate who's willing to go off script, who's willing to give every interview, and is willing to tell some jokes. I do think that's how you lift people up. A politics of boring scolds telling people they can't laugh, that is not lifting Americans up. That's how to tear us down.
All right, fun.
No, JD Vance, that's not funny at all. And JD Vance posted this yesterday of the beauty pageant winner, who runner-up, who was struggling during her speech. Again, just punching down at women, punching down at people. That's not funny, JD, you know, at all. And this behavior by the Trump campaign is just, you know, absolutely abhorrent in every sense of the word. By the way, I like this little photo right here. That was posted recently. You see Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Walz here. This was on a pro-democracy account by Emmy Ruiz. Just makes me smile, so I wanted to share that with you as a cleanser to the videos that I just showed you. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.